But defensively, you have to try to figure out a way to find Murray and stay with him. You have to guard him like he's the president. Somebody needs to be next to him at all times. He should never, ever be alone for the rest of this game.
Murray has 41 points along with his 4 rebounds. And again, it's a record the most points scored against Temple in its history. It's Murray right here again with 41. Rodriguez inside the Murray. Good ball movement here by the Tigers, and they wisely reset under 20 to shoot in this possession. Just a 6-point game. Good defense by Dingle. Pepper goes to the floor, and a timeout is granted to Texas Southern. Good hustle there by Jose Rodriguez.
And I think a great time to call a timeout. Sometimes I think timeouts are blown when you have the arrow. They did not have the arrow this time. And this is a momentum changer right here if Temple can steal this basketball and come up with possession. So right now, a little scrum. They aren't able to execute the little pick and pop. And I think TSU, a great timeout at a great moment to stop that momentum.
Now, for the bulk of this game, Texas Southern has dominated inside the paint, 42-32 to be exact. Temple, though, John, even though they're having a multitude of errors on the offensive end, they still are only trailing by 6. It's been a theme of Fran Dunphy's team, the ability of not only getting back into contests when you're down big, but also when the game's tight, delivering for a squad.
Yeah, I think they're playing with fire right now, and you want to be able to execute down the stretch, but you're right, Dave. You know, you give up 40-plus points to one player, and you're only down 6 points. You need to count your lucky stars right now. But you don't want to play around too much longer because this TSU team, again, very confident.
5 to shoot for Murray. Penn Jr. notices the shot clock winding down, and Penn Jr. delivers late. A 3-point basket for him. He's got 5 points tonight. Dingle on the opposite end strikes back for Temple. They have eclipsed 70 points tonight, and now a 7-point contest under 7 minutes to go at the Liacouras Center. Keep in mind, Temple has not led in this contest all night long. Penn Jr. is fouled by Dingle. And he's a guy that's certainly a spark plug. There you see him on the floor. Did not play the Cal State Fullerton team. He's a guy that is going to give you valuable minutes. Instead, it was Gibbs in that Titans matchup all the way in San Francisco. When he's in the lineup, certainly he sets the pace very well. The tempo has been flourishing for the Tigers.
And he led the SWAC in assists for a while. And that one right there was almost a highlight. But Penn now second in the SWAC in assist. You see right here, the execution was not there, but the idea, I mean, that was going to be an easy dunk. And you can see the frustration right there by Murray, because that was an easy 2.
Watson takes a seat. DeCozy comes back in. Cummings a deep deuce off the iron, hauled in by Murray. Ray Penn Jr. on Cummings, working on the point with his shooting guard Gibbs. Murray down low with Rodriguez. And there's D'Angelo Scott, but he walked with the basketball.
And you see Coach Mike Davis trying to reassure his team. And if you're Temple now, you want to take advantage of this TSU team making mistakes. Sometimes a team when you're up, a team when you're the underdog, you start to get tight around 5 minutes because you don't want to lose the basketball game instead of going to win the basketball game. If you're Temple, you want to stay controlled, take good shots, make them count, run your offense.
This Texas Southern team has been in a lot of close contests. They lost by 4 to Lehigh, won by 9 against Howard, and also lost a close one to FIU. So they know what it feels like to be not only on the losing side, but right here, case in point, on the winning edge thus far with a little bit over 5 minutes to go, and Texas Southern with a 7-point lead. Murray, good spin move inside. Scott tried to help him out off the miss. It will stay with the Tigers with a fresh shot clock.
And Murray almost made this one count. He has 3 guys around him right here. Look at this. And he almost puts this one in and finishes. Unbelievable effort.
They tried to look for Murray again off of the inbounds play. Lee, though, was stride for stride with him. And you're right, 3 guys, sometimes 4 guys are on the floor. But Murray's teammates also helping him out in addition to his over 40 points tonight. Now under 5 to play here in Philly. Penn Jr. wants it over Cummings. And there's Dalton Pepper.
I think a tough shot right there in that situation.
DeCozy for 3. He drains it. Quinn DeCozy has loved to hit those shots from way beyond, over 32% on the season, and he's amassed 19 points tonight. Temple just down by 4, and the crowd starting to get into it. And a timeout by Mike Davis, and he is furious with his point guard, Ray Penn Jr., but don't count this Temple Owls squad out, courtesy of the three-pointer.
And this is just not a good job in transition. Penn Jr. does not get his hand up to compound the mistake on the other end when he took the tough contested three-point shot. You have to get back on defense and at least put your hand up against DeCozy, who's a proven scorer.
A lot of these guys are filling big shoes, John. They lost their top 4 scorers from last year's team for the Owls. Khalif Wyatt averaged over 20 points per game. Scooty Randall over 11. Jake O'Brien and Relir Hollis Jefferson. So it's guys like Cummings, Pepper, and Lee who must deliver. And as you see, Rutgers, Central Florida, Memphis, who lost in a close battle last night to Florida. Tough contest coming up in conference play.
Yeah, once you get into conference play, you know, I think the show really begins. These games are all warm-up games, but Temple's going to have their hands full in the American Athletic Conference this year. And we didn't even show the tougher teams, I think, in the conference on the board right there. You play everybody twice this year as well. So you cannot run and hide. You can't take the back way home.
Under 10 to shoot. It's Murray for 3. Too strong on the attempt. Hauled in by Pepper. Temple looks to push with DeCozy. Sees Cummings from the wing and 3.
And you have to wonder if Murray is starting to tire a little bit towards the end of this ball game. Starting to shoot a lot of shots from the perimeter. He did much of his damage inside.
Here's Gibbs, blowing right by Cummings to a cutting Murray. Left hand is good.
And just as we say that, he goes right back to the body inside and finishes.
Give Murray 43 tonight. Gibbs, a no look to Murray. That left hand working very proficiently down low over Lee.